Harawira.
Tēnā koe, Mr. Speaker. Tēnā tātou katoa e te whare. This is one of my last chances to speak on this bill, and I'd just like to thank very much all of the support for the Māori seats from the Labour Party members and from the Green Party members as well. It's been consistent, it's been strong, and it's been that way right through this whole debate. In fact, I'd like to thank everybody for carrying that, because it's something that means a lot to us in the Māori Party. I have to say that I'm surprised that I'm disappointed in what National's done. Surprised because I always expected them to do it anyway, and I shouldn't really have been surprised at it. I am not disappointed in the actions that have been taken by Mr. Rodney Hyde, although I think his arguments lack logic and lack a sense of caring and lack a sense of an understanding of the issues at play in respect of the Māori seats. And I'm comfortable taking it away from all of the assumed emotional issues and just keep it on the principle of one man, one vote, one person, one vote. And just to make the point that if there were Māori seats established in Auckland, those Māori seats would be voted for on exactly the same basis as a ward seat in Papakura or in Rodney or anywhere else. That only the people eligible to vote for that particular seat will be able to vote for that particular seat. And having voted once, they wouldn't get an opportunity to vote for anybody else. So clearly that argument that's been put up about it being one man, one vote is a spurious argument. And it's sad that in a place like this, that Rodney Hyde, having gotten in, and I made that point last night, although in a much more jocular manner, that having gotten into this house with 5 in his party, when in fact his party got 10,000 votes less than another party that didn't get anybody in, suggests that the principle of one man, one vote doesn't even apply to this place. And particularly in respect of list seats. And yes, I could check the Electoral Act, but the Electoral Act very clearly makes the point that the MMP system that we have is not about one man, one vote, but the opportunity to enable as many different sectors of our society to be represented in this House. And if that is the case that Mr. Garrett is putting up, then that's exactly the same argument that we're putting forward for why there should be Māori seats in Auckland. They operate effectively in this House now. I'm comfortable with the view that as a member of the Māori Party, we are free to speak openly and honestly on every issue that comes before this House, even the ones that we know we're going to vote for and don't like. We're free to do that. And I think that Auckland will miss the opportunity for that kind of contribution and the opportunity for that kind of debate. And I think the whole country will be weaker by it. I think Auckland, because also it is the jewel in the crown of the South Pacific, it is the greatest Polynesian city in the whole world. It's certainly the greatest Māori population in the world. And I take on board the comments from some of the Labour members about at some time in the future we need to have seats that recognise our Pacific heritage. I'm comfortable with that view, entirely comfortable with that view. And I think that eventually in a mature and growing and positive society we're going to get there. But first of all, you start with tangata whenua. And that's the reason why the Māori Party is supportive of having mana whenua seats on the council. It's not about one particular tribe only having being able to pick. I mean, that was what they'd originally asked for, but we were keen to see it broadened, and in fact they were comfortable with broadening the debate so that even probably Shane Jones, myself, Tau Hinare, Denise Hinare, and a whole lot of other people could have comfortably stood in those seats under either Ngāti Whātua or Tainui. Tēnā koe, Mr. Chairman, kia ora tātou katoa.
I call